Is NCIS Origins new tonight on CBS? We suppose it makes sense to kick things off here by noting that we're just like everyone else in wanting the show back soon. We have not seen the Austin Stoll drama back since before Christmas, and that is made even harder by the fact that there is so much that happened. Take, for example, the fact that Gibbs actually married Diane in Las Vegas. What is going to come on the other side of this? Well, this is where we do have to come in here with some of the bad news, as there is no installment of NCIS Origins on the air tonight or for the next few. As a matter of fact, we are currently 1 month exactly from the return of the show and a story titled Fools Rush In. Our hope is that this is one of those episodes that will add more clarity to Gibbs's state post-wedding, but it also is going to give you more insight on what is happening with Mike Franks and his brother. To learn more right now, all you have to do is take a look at the latest synopsis below. Fools rush in. As the team discovers Gibbs' drunken Vegas elopement with Diane, the newlyweds contemplate their future. Also, the team investigates a fatal movie theater bombing with a connection to the Pruitt compound, where Franks' brother Mason, guest star Philip Winchester, is staying, on NCIS Origins, Tuesday, March 3rd, 9 o'clock to 10 p.m. ET on the CBS television network, and streaming on Paramount Plus, live and on demand for Paramount Plus Premium Plan subscribers, or on demand for Paramount Plus Essential subscribers the day after the episode airs. There is a lot more coming beyond this episode. With that in mind, don't be shocked if we don't have answers on every little story here. Be sure to share right now in the attached comments. Once you do just that, remember to come back. There are some other updates on the way. This article was written by Jessica Bunbun. The absence of NCIS Origins from CBS's schedule has started to feel heavier with each passing week, especially for viewers who were left processing a major emotional shift in Leroy Jethro Gibbs' personal life. The prequel series, led by Austin Stowell, has not aired a new episode since before the holiday break, and February 3rd has now come and gone without a return. For fans who were hoping that early February might mark the end of the hiatus, the reality is more frustrating than expected. CBS confirmed that the series will not return until March 3rd, meaning viewers are facing roughly a full month without any new material, following a cliffhanger that reshaped Gibbs' backstory in a significant way. The most talked about development remains Gibbs' impulsive Las Vegas marriage to Diane, a storyline that has altered how fans interpret his emotional armor and long-term relationships within the NCIS universe. What makes the delay particularly difficult is that NCIS Origins has been steadily building momentum. The series began as a careful character study, focusing less on high-octane action and more on the psychological formation of Gibbs as an agent and as a man. By the time the show went on break, it had shifted into deeper emotional territory, showing a version of Gibbs who is still vulnerable, reactive, and capable of making reckless personal decisions. The Vegas elopement did not feel like a throwaway twist. Instead, it landed as a defining moment, forcing viewers to reconcile the stoic, rule-driven Gibbs they know from the original NCIS, with a younger man still struggling to understand commitment, grief, and responsibility. The marriage to Diane, fueled by alcohol and unresolved emotions, raised immediate questions about whether Gibbs was seeking genuine connection or simply running from his own pain. With the series off the air, those questions have been left hanging. CBS has offered no additional scenes or teasers beyond the official synopsis for the March 3rd episode, leaving fans to speculate about whether the marriage will survive even a single episode or unravel almost immediately once reality sets in. The upcoming episode, titled Fools Rush In, is expected to confront the aftermath directly. According to the synopsis, Gibbs' team becomes aware of the drunken elopement, introducing a layer of professional embarrassment and personal scrutiny that Gibbs is not particularly skilled at handling. The tension between public revelation and private regret appears set to drive much of the episode's emotional weight. At the same time, the show will continue developing the Mike Franks storyline, which has quietly become one of the strongest narrative threads in the series. The investigation into a fatal movie theater bombing connected to the Pruitt compound brings Franks' family into sharper focus, particularly his brother Mason. This dual-track storytelling approach allows the episode to balance character-driven drama with procedural stakes, a structure that has defined NCIS across all its iterations. The delay between episodes also highlights a broader scheduling pattern from CBS, which has increasingly relied on extended breaks to manage production timelines and seasonal programming shifts. While this strategy may make logistical sense for the network, it often disrupts viewer engagement, especially for serialized storytelling that depends on emotional continuity. Unlike the original NCIS, which often resolves character arcs over long stretches of episodic storytelling, NCIS Origins leans more heavily into serialized development. Long gaps between episodes can dull the emotional impact of previous scenes, making it harder for viewers to re-enter the story at the same intensity level once the show returns. That said, CBS appears confident that the March 3rd episode will be strong enough to rehook audiences. The decision to place the return episode in the 9 p.m. slot suggests that the network still views the series as a key part of its primetime lineup. Additionally, the availability of the episode on Paramount Plus ensures that viewers who have drifted during the hiatus can easily catch up. Another factor working in the show's favor is the performance of Austin Stowell. His portrayal of Gibbs has gradually won over skeptics who initially questioned whether anyone could step into a role so closely associated with Mark Harmon. Rather than imitate the older Gibbs, Stowell has leaned into portraying uncertainty, impatience, and emotional volatility, which helps justify the character's eventual evolution into the disciplined agent fans recognize. The Diane storyline, in particular, has benefited from this approach. Instead of presenting the marriage as romantic or shocking for shock value alone, the show frames it as a symptom of Gibbs' internal conflict. He is not yet the man who knows how to compartmentalize his emotions. He reacts first and processes later, often at personal cost. Fans have also pointed out that this version of Gibbs appears far more social than his future self. He drinks more, jokes more, and allows himself moments of vulnerability that the older Gibbs rarely permits. The Vegas marriage fits within that characterization, even if it feels reckless in hindsight. As the March return approaches, speculation continues to grow about how long Diane will remain part of the story. Some viewers believe the marriage will be short-lived, serving primarily as a catalyst for Gibbs' emotional growth. Others suspect that the relationship may last longer than expected, adding depth to the character's eventual emotional withdrawal in later years. Meanwhile, the Franks family arc is poised to expand the moral complexity of the show. Mike Franks has long been portrayed as a mentor figure with his own code of ethics, and introducing his brother complicates that image. The Pruitt compound connection hints at a storyline that could challenge Franks' loyalties and force difficult choices that ripple through the team. The bombing investigation itself also signals a tonal shift. While earlier episodes focused heavily on personal backstories and small-scale cases, this storyline carries broader implications, suggesting that the show is ready to raise the stakes and explore larger threats without abandoning its character-first philosophy. For viewers frustrated by the wait, the best option remains revisiting earlier episodes or rewatching key scenes leading up to the hiatus. Doing so makes it easier to reconnect emotionally when the show finally returns, especially given how much of the upcoming material appears rooted in unresolved personal conflict. CBS has not indicated whether additional breaks are planned after March 3rd, but industry patterns suggest that more interruptions are possible as the season continues. That reality makes each new episode feel more valuable, particularly when the show is actively deepening its central relationships. NCIS Origins may still be finding its long-term rhythm, but the pieces are clearly in place for a compelling second half of the season. The challenge now is maintaining viewer patience and emotional investment through extended gaps, something that only truly pays off if the storytelling delivers on its promises once the show is back on the air. For now, February 3rd remains another reminder that the wait is not over yet. The next chapter in Gibbs' story is coming, just not tonight, and the consequences of that Vegas wedding are about to follow him far more closely than he may be prepared for.